few moments to get ready here. So if someone out there can give me a sound check and a screen check, that would be awesome. I am talking a little quietly right now. I will kind of bump up my voice a little bit as soon as we get started. It's a little early. So let's just give everyone a couple of minutes to get ready here. So, like I said, as soon as someone can get me a mic check, that would be great. All right, cool. All right. Like I said, I am a little early, so I'm just giving it some time for people to get in. What's up, Simon? How's it going? Just real quick, if someone could give me a mic and a cam check real quick. I've got a little bit of lag through my OBS software. So my dashboard over here is I've got about 10-second lag on my dashboard versus my real screen on here. So, all right, cool, loud and clear. All right, like I said, let's just give it a couple minutes. I usually like to start these a little early, but I was screwing around with some technical stuff. And let me know if my placement on the screen is okay where my camera is too. So just give me a quick second. Yeah, definitely mic check 1, 2. All right, like I said, just giving everyone just a little bit of time to get in. Don't want anyone to miss out on anything. Yes, Octavio, I know. I was just saying I was talking quiet because I'm trying to keep my voice a little bit because my voice is a little raspy. All right, let's see here. All right, we got a bunch of people checking in, and hopefully, Lima Charlie, hopefully my wife joins us and hangs out with us and helps man the keyboard. But yeah, you know what? I think we've got enough people watching. And I think I gave people ample time. I'm looking at the clock. Well, I got a couple minutes here, but yeah, whatever. We could start anyways. What's up, everyone? Klaus, Family Hobbies and Cards. It is All Things Stellar live stream. Yep, you guys know the rules. And if you don't, well, I'll explain them to you. Welcome to hang out, ask questions, type your name, right, in the comments or in the chat. Let me know who's here. Make sure you have a beverage that you enjoy. So I have this tasty one. I also have this, and I'm pretty sure that my wife will be joining and bringing some tasty beverages with her as well. So now that I've got the thumbs up from everyone, let's jump into some stuff here. And again, if you got questions, if you got comments, hit them up in the chat. Now is the time for us to start talking all things stellar. And guys, don't worry about it, all right? If you guys want to have your own side conversations in the chats, please feel free to do it. All right, Pete, you're right, man. Let's get it on. All right, so first things first. This was the story that I broke out earlier, and I know a lot of people haven't seen it yet because I did. I just released it this day, and so I know I didn't give it much time for you guys to kind of get locked into the story. So we're going to cover this super quick just in case anyone missed it. Yep. Maxine Waters, she is a Democratic representative out of the state of California, like where Stellar is, right? There's kind of a link right there, you know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyways, she is calling for crypto CEOs to testify, right? It is time to start the dialogue between, yes, these crypto CEOs and Congress officially, all right? And as you can see, in June of 2021, Waters announced the Digital Assets Working Group of Democratic members, all right? So she has been pioneering this now for about the last 5 months, okay? And so again, those articles will be linked, not in the description of this video below, but they're going to be linked in the main video, all right? So, yep, that is the first thing that we are talking about right here is this. It is who is going to be there, and, yep, the person that's going to be there is Danelle Dixon, Stellar CEO. It is great to have a Stellar representative there working on the front lines of this negotiation. I don't want to say negotiation, but let's just say front lines of this dialogue, all right? We already know what's happened, right? You got to lay those blocks and you have to lay those paving stones ahead of time, right? So that when we start talking, when groups start meeting, when we start putting pen to paper, we're not wasting money, right? So a lot of these agreements, they happen way, way ahead of time, okay? They happen way ahead of, even the details get ironed out way ahead of time because they don't want to waste time writing it, right? Think of all the big bills that have been passed through Congress the last God knows how many years. Most of those bills, they're pre-done, pre-cut, and pre-washed. So conversations like this that are going to be happening on Wednesday, December 8th. Yep, these are the ones that we have to pay attention to. And yes, I will be listening to this, and I will be broadcasting anything big that comes out of this. You guys know I'll hit you up with shorts first, right? So I can get a quick format out there if something really juicy breaks. But if not, we'll go to the regular video format, and most likely we'll probably have a live stream either that day or the day after, because I am doing a little trip next week for fun. But yeah, we will definitely make sure to cover what happens on that. And okay, let's put politics aside, all right? Because I know that's a real touchy subject for everyone. But politics aside, all right? Maxine Waters, all right, a lot of you guys aren't a big fan of her. Let's just be real here, okay? I read it in the comments, and I'm with you guys, okay? I'm not the biggest fan of hers either. But this is the start, right? And this is the start where you start seeing, I mean, look at, there's 6 names up on the screen right now. Jeremy, Sam, Brian, Chad, Danelle, and Elysia. And you look at those 6 names and the companies that they're from, and one of the 6 is Stellar. What does that tell you, right? So when we talk about payment corridors, when we talk about remittances, on and off ramps, okay, this cryptocurrency conversion that, you know, our lives are going to be going through, one of the 6 people that was asked to talk here was Danelle Dixon from Stellar. For me, that is bullish news, and it's also good news, because remember, Stellar has been working front lines with the administrations. So reality is this has been going on a long time. So let me get caught up on comments real quick. Octavio says, hey Klaus, what's your opinion of the powers that be are keeping ISO 2022 particularly low? Yeah, it almost seems like, okay, I want you guys to think about this, okay? With Stellar, all right, with all the stuff that's happening, with all the news that's happening, and remember, we haven't even gotten to the juicy bits of Fireblocks yet, all right? So like I said, we're going to catch you guys up on that stuff. Think of all the stuff that's happening with Stellar, the ecosystems that are being built. We're talking about payment corridors between different countries. We're talking about payment corridors being built intra-company, right, across borders, which is huge, okay? And with Fireblocks, we're talking institutional level partnerships here, okay? So when I'm looking at all of this, it seems like things aren't ready yet. And what I mean by ready yet is for the price to move, all right? It makes so little sense to me that you could have such strong fundamentals and actually strong actuals too, right? We're not just at fundamentals. We're at, some of these are becoming actuals, that these actuals are becoming real. And that was a nice and redundant statement there. But these actuals, yeah, I mean, this is a big, big thing. And yes, the price should reflect it higher. It most definitely should. So Octavio, when you're talking about, hey, what's my opinion of the powers that be keeping ISO, you know, and the whole revolution of Stellar, yeah, I'm with you. I do. I think there's a lot of vested interest where people aren't ready yet, because the problem is Stellar, it's like a free service, okay? Stellar is so inexpensive to move money. It's essentially free, all right? And I know there's going to be people out there that are going to beat me up over, you know, free versus not free. Like, I get it. But essentially, I mean, what? You're paying fractions of a penny to move money. All right. Once more people see how this system works, once more people start using Stellar Expert and start using all these dApps, it's going to be a no-brainer, right? So now when we start talking about Fireblocks, all right, and this is, and I'm sorry if you guys are hearing my dogs out there whining, but they're whiny dogs. Yeah, I know. I heard my dog whining. Sorry about that. But yeah, so when we start talking about with this institutional stuff, look at what happened with Fireblocks, right? Fireblocks now running off of Stellar's chain. This is institutional money. This was something that we thought for the longest time was an XRP world, right? We always thought, hey, XRPs is B2B, institutional level stuff. XLM, you stay on peer-to-peer remittances, and you know, we kind of have our own 2 sandboxes, and we both play nicely in our own sandbox. But now with Fireblocks, and look, Fireblocks powering 650 plus financial institutions, the #1 crypto and digital asset platform for institutions. With Stellar now getting a move into that, and with this hearing here, you're right, there should be more price action. So Octavio, I really do think there is something holding back. It's not time yet. The problem is this whole crypto revolution has happened faster than people thought, all right? Let's turn back the clock just a few months here, okay? Because remember, we got new people on this channel. We got OG members that have been here hanging out with us for like 9, 10, 11 months. And we got people just a few months. So let's turn back the clocks. remember, it wasn't more than just, 3 months ago that everyone was talking about, hey, we're going to be in a crypto winter. We're like, no, Bitcoin's never going to break 60,000 again. No, we're not going to see Ethereum above 4. There was. People were freaking out over the summer. And now, look, things are still roaring good. I mean, yeah, is XLM still a laggard in the group? Yes, of course they are. And we're super critical about that. And we've been pushing that hard. But in the grand scheme of things, the market is still strong from January 1 going forward for almost all the coins out there. So, yeah, there is something that's holding it back. It does seem like this just happened way too quickly. I think people thought this was just going to be a quick winter spike. You know, people are bored with the Rona, hanging out at home trading. No, it has kept up. The volume has kept up, okay? The interest in crypto has kept up. In fact, it's not only kept up, it's expanding to so many different things out there, all right? I mean, we could talk about payment ramps. We could talk about NFTs. We could talk about automated market makers, liquidity pools. There's so much out there, you know? And let me get back up to the comments real quick. Let's see. We've got Miss V Rose. Hello, Miss V Rose. And Miss V, just throwing it out there. Look, check it out. Keeping it. I'm keeping the scruff. I'm keeping the no shave November, and I'm rolling it in December because you guys requested it, and you guys have been really cool about it. So that's what I'm going to do for you. Mepardis says, it's funny how the symmetrical triangle that is going to close. And Mepardis, just if I'm going to recap just for people like on a visual, you're talking, and I'm trying to do this backwards on the camera, guys. So you're talking the triangle like this, right? If we start mapping the increasing bottoms with the decreasing tops, there is actual triangulation phase that happens right around that time period. So yes, that's happened before. Actually, District hit really hard on that. It was almost predictable. You could predict it out actually to the few hours. It was pretty interesting. So if Mepardis, if that's what you're talking about, let me know. But yeah, there is a triangle when you map it out. If you start mapping the lows, you start mapping out the highs, there's a convergence point. The convergence point lines up with the date. So kind of interesting. Let's see. And Mepardis chimes in, it's not always news that comes out back to the price action and not the opposite. Well, yeah, it's true. From what I've experienced with charts and price action in the past few years, yeah, it's a lot of it's been momentum money plays, all right? Let's be real with everyone in the group right now. Momentum money plays has been moving the market since the Rona happened because it has been just a financial fiat dumping mess, all right? The way people traded, all right? So when we had the dot-com bubble, all right, when that happened, traders went to fundamentals, right? That it rotated from speculation, hardcore speculation, to fundamentals. And the reason it was because so many people got burned on that dot-com bubble. Now it seems like people are drifting away from fundamentals and they're going to get burned. And we have a guest with us. Hi. All right. Just give you a moment to set up. But yeah, so that's my thing is people are drifting away from fundamentals and they're throwing money at meme coins. They're throwing money at crypto projects that have very little oomph, very little development, and people are going to get burned by that. All right, I'm the big player of, guess what? Let's be real here. The fundamentals are always going to win. All right, maybe in the short term you're right. The momentum money goes somewhere, but the fundamentals will always win. And we have my wife joining us now, who I don't know if she brought a drink or not.
I did not. Should I have?
Yes, you have to drink to hang out in this room.
Okay.
That's the rule. Yeah, you have to drink to hang out here.
Okay.
Or you have to do a straight shot of Southern Comfort Black.
Yeah, I won't be doing that.
Do some peppermint.
You can do peppermint.
Yeah, do peppermint. Cool.
Where is it?
It's in the fridge, yep. All right, so getting back to it. Mepardis, yes, the triangle pointed exactly mid-December. It was almost predictable that a big news like this one was going to come out around that time. No, Mepardis, I'm telling you, it's true. Some of this stuff, okay, and that's why when you look at this channel, when you look at other channels, right, we're pulling information from different segments. We're not just focusing on charts. We're looking at some news. We're looking at organics. We're looking at mechanical stuff. We're looking at development. We're looking at momentum, volume. We're looking at a whole bunch of different factors to put everything together. If you get solely lost on just charts, that is just one reflection of the dynamic of the whole Stellar movement. You got to look at the development, and you also have to look at their partners too. You have to look at MoneyGram, right? If MoneyGram can turn things around financially, and they can do so while leveraging Stellar and being public about leveraging Stellar, then yeah, MoneyGram is going to then have, right, an uptick in their price. And then guess what? how good does Stellar look when MoneyGram looks good? You see what I mean? So there's also this ecosystem of partnerships of Stellar that when they start doing good, it is going to roll over peripherally into Stellar as well. And we've got Pete chimes in saying, it is my understanding Q1 there will be more corporations that will be investing trillions. Pete, a while ago we did a video on hedge funds, all right? And it was stated by 2025, and I'm paraphrasing here because it was a specific number, I don't remember it offhand, but it was a video I did a few months ago. It was like 90-something% of hedge funds are going to be into crypto like heavily by 2025. And we know the money that hedge funds have, all right? Hedgies have been sitting on the sidelines. And you got to remember, without the SEC regulation, and that's why the whole Maxine Waters thing is big, is because with Maxine Waters, right, we're getting that conversation started here. If you don't mind helping me out, that'd be awesome.
Where are you?
I'm right here.
I don't.
I'm right here. This one.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, with Maxine Waters, now we're talking about SEC regulation and so forth. And you know what? Before we talk about Maxine Waters, let's do our due diligence here. We are going to have a shot of Smirnoff Peppermint Twist. And because I'm a good husband, I'm going to give my wife the glass that has more in it.
Oh, yay.
So,
Okay.
all right, you get this one. All right.
I'm not the dad.
All right. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Yes, cheers. It tastes like a candy cane. That was Smirnoff Peppermint Twist. We are not sponsored by them, but if Smirnoff, you want to sponsor us, I'd be happy. But yeah, so let's get back to Maxine Waters. So yes, so now we start talking about those hedge funds, right? Those hedge funds, there are billions and trillions, right? I mean, this is crazy, okay? This money that's sitting on the sidelines won't move until the SEC clears the path, all right? What we're going to actually see, and this is going to be really neat, in our lifetime, and I mean like near term, okay, within the next few years, we are going to see the markets, the whole equities market get flipped upside down. So it's not just regulation that people are freaking about. People are freaking out about, wait a minute, are we going to lose a lot of people in the equity side of investing? And are they going to rotate in the crypto side of investing? That's huge, all right? So yes, regulation is going to hold up Stellar. But you also have the whole equities market out there freaking out about all the money that's been dumped in, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Stellar, USDC, all the funds that's in those things, right? And all the crypto, those are people that could have invested in equities. So for you people out there that are working on crypto projects, Stellar-based project, Ethereum-based project, Ethereum sucks because of the gas fees, just throwing it out there. But if you're working on projects, right, now is the time because this is it. This is the time. Because the second round, we know what happens. The margins shrink on that second round, all right? I want you to think of all the big things that have happened to us culturally over the last 20 years. I want you to think of like cannabis regulation, right? The people that made the money was the first wave of people getting in. Same thing with like all the electronic stuff. It was always the first wave of people getting in, okay? That's where the money's going to be made because it's going to be timely money that comes in.
All right. So jumping into Octavio says retail investors should read and learn Metcalfe law, especially when you're new.
Yeah, retail investors in Octavio, none of this is financial advice, all right, man? This is just entertainment. There you go. I thought I would, because I know you were going to ask me, Octavio. I know you were going to ask me, so I wanted to say it while you were chatting. Yeah, no, totally true. Totally true.
Let's see.
Mapardis
says, yes, exactly. Charts and fundamentals, I agree 100%. And Stellar fundamentals are just as good as their name.
Yes, and the thing is right now, guys, all right, so we're talking about fundamentals, and we're talking about charts, and we're talking about Stellar. And the reason we're talking about fundamentals is because of the meme movement, right? I want to think about the meme movement, like the Doge, the SHIBs. And again, right, I have some SHIBs, so I'm not knocking on it. I'm spreading my risk to different pools out there, okay? But when you look at those meme tokens, sooner or later, meme runs out. The money evaporates. Remember how hot Doge was? Doge was sexy hot. I mean, it was all over coins. Our kids talked about it.
Oh, yeah.
They had memes regarding Doge. I mean, they had steroid Doge. It was totally crazy. But now where is it? Now Doge is a laggard of Stellar by 30% over the last month. So again, right? Once the rubber hits the road, right? Once the meme and the bubble and all that goes away, that's it. I mean, that's it. It's gone. I mean, it evaporates.
All right. So Old Weightlifting says, "What's up from Dallas?" So welcome,
What's up, old weightlifting?
Dallas.
I like Dallas.
Yeah, never been, but you have.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, I've been to Dallas a couple
Awesome.
times. Yeah, I like it.
Simon Lacey, 100% Klaus for regs.
Yeah, and Simon, that's something. That's why I'm paying attention to this. Don't get me wrong. We know there's going to be some fluff, right? There's going to be some dog and pony show with this hearing, okay? But there's going to be details and themes, okay? And so some of the themes I'm going to be looking for is what questions are they asking? Are they asking questions that are more in the negative connotation, or are they asking questions more for informational basis? I want to know the tone of this meeting. This is going to help us out. Now, to be honest with you, I think Maxine Waters Stellar's in her own backyard, so I mean, she's not going to beat him up, obviously. But what's going to come out of this, and the questions that are asked, and the tone, and how it's answered by these people is going to set a lot of things in motion. And it's also going to bring a lot of public awareness to Stellar. So we're going to see a lot of news coverage regarding this around that December 8th time period.
Old Weightlifting says, "I had to dump my girl. She tried to steal my Stella." Oh, no, not the Stella.
Oh, well, I mean, that's okay. There's plenty of fish in the sea. You just, you just keep fishing, man. You'll be all right.
Pete says, "Regulations will be implemented, but the Brussels effect will change crypto for the better."
All right, and we got Dan.
Dan, what's your favorite beer?
My favorite beer, like if I want to go ghetto, I go Red Stripe. I do. I go to like nice places with my wife out for dinner, and I ask for Red Stripe. I swear to God, if I see it, like when we're on the coast and we're hanging out, like in Beaufort, Hilton Head area.
Your chaser last.
Yeah, I do. I order Red Stripe just to embarrass her at all these nice fancy places.
I don't know.
What's your favorite beer? Because she's got some cool ones.
I'm not like a super beer person, but I like the Bull City. It's a cider company. Pretty much anything that they have is awesome. But yeah, so Bull City cider is probably one of my favorites. And then pretty much any type of wine that's not dry.
Very cool. Very cool. All right.
Let's see. Pete says 150 million each year entering the crypto market.
Yep.
But then he changed it to 50 million. So.
Yeah, and 50 million Americans. Yeah, you got to Pete, something to think about. Okay, and I, it's so hard for me to keep up with where everyone's from. Everyone out there, the United States is behind. Okay, just listen to me. Is behind in crypto adaptation. Socially, we're way behind. We can't even get certain people that are with us to believe in NFTs. Okay? But think about it.
I'm getting better.
Yeah, you're getting better. But like that's the whole thing, okay? Is think about it. We are behind the times. So the United States, so when you see numbers, right? The United States is way behind. India is very like tech savvy. The Ukraine is super digital tech savvy. Some of these countries out there, England is very tech savvy, all right? These countries out there that are tech savvy, the feeling is different. So when you start hearing about like crypto adaptation, there are other countries out there that are just chomping on the bit. There's just international money being held up because no one's regulating it yet. I mean, it's still just so early that no one's got to that regulation part.
Jonathan says Elon tweeted about Doge today and it didn't move.
Yeah, good point, Jonathan. Jonathan, seriously, that might be the comment of the chat because you know what? What happened 3-4 months ago when Elon would tweet about Doge? Right? Everyone would freak out and they would want to dump everything and move all their assets into Doge and then they would get burned, right? So good point, Jonathan. Way to go, man. So now Elon tweets and nothing moves. I mean, that's pretty cool stuff here, right? So that shows you that, yes, you're right. Meme and flow of money is what has been moving these markets, okay? You cannot tell me right now that gold should not be where it is. Stellar isn't where it is. And let's be real here. Bitcoin should definitely be higher than where it is. They've held Bitcoin back. And remember, Bitcoin was held back a lot before the El Salvador thing. Before the El Salvador project happened, Bitcoin was hanging out at that 32,000 mark, and people were freaking out. Oh, they're going to ruin the country's economy. Yeah. Those same people now are holding 50+ thousand. Just throwing it out there.
Looks like we should welcome back John Niner.
John Niner is back. What's up, John? How's it going, man? Glad you are here. Ooh, and Jonathan took a tequila shot?
Took a tequila shot.
Oh, tequila shot. Good for you. I have a chaser. My chaser has a little bit of vodka in it. It's vodka and it is pink country time lemonade, but for some reason does not taste good today. it tastes like the lemonade tastes bad, not the vodka.
Yeah. Me and tequila don't get along. Sniff says, I like root beer.
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
And,
I like root beer.
And Pete chimes in, Canadians are at 14%. Totally agree. Yeah, it is. We are all at different parts of this regulation party. And here's the problem. The problem with crypto is that it is borderless. All right. The concept is borderless. But if we're borderless as a concept, but country A isn't ready for regulation until 2023, country B until 2022, blah, 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 you guys get it. It's not all synced. Money can't flow back and forth between those markets. So what's going to happen is the countries that get out ahead first are going to make the money. This is the exact same principle, just like with the cannabis market in the United States. The first people made the most money when the margins were the highest. Now that everyone has jumped into the same space, building a better mousetrap, those margins have gone to crap. Prices have shrunk, they've eroded, and you see it in the stocks of those cannabis companies in the market. It is crazy. It is totally crazy. So again, flow of money, really big, meme, really big, but those are short-term pumps. Pumps and dumps is what we like to say.
All right. Ooh. Pete says Elon needs to concentrate on his rocket before SpaceX goes bankrupt.
Yeah, Elon Musk is leveraging so much, but I think he's banking on the money from his battery technology. I really do. I think that's what his thing is he's really hoping to get that battery technology money going. And that seems to be his most profitable wing that he's focusing on. Don't get me wrong, Tesla and the gigafactories are all really cool too. But the batteries and how he's lining himself with the batteries, because let's be honest, this solar panel company isn't even doing that good. They're having problems reaching customers. So that's kind of ugh.
John's liking the Lagunitas.
Ooh, Lagunitas. Yeah, there we go.
And cheers to Jonathan.
Yes, cheers to you, Jonathan. Cheers to John and Jonathan. Gosh.
Yeah. Jimbo says Elon is the worst thing to happen to crypto.
Elon is the worst thing to happen to crypto, but Elon is the best thing, okay? Is the best thing to happen to markets in general, because Elon shakes them up and he gets people to think. So yes, he is very disruptive. I'm not going to lie. He is very disruptive. But he causes other people to think if their business methods are the right way. All right? That's the whole legacy versus non-legacy business types. That is a huge, huge thing that he is working through and battling in that automotive industry.
Jonathan says CoinDesk put an article stating Ethereum network fees are too high and aren't letting small investors hop on board.
Hey, Jonathan Garcia, could you do us a favor? Could you link that article in the chat by chance? I think that'd be really cool if we could share that with everyone. That'd be a huge, huge thing to see, because you're right. Sooner or later, and we've talked about this on the last few live streams, which is yes, it is hot to use Bitcoin. And don't get me wrong, there are case uses for Bitcoin. If you want to launder money, if you want to do some shady stuff, Bitcoin is great, okay? But when we're talking about cross-border, when we're talking about peer-to-peer and stuff like that and legitimacy, okay, you're not going to want to pay those gas fees. You are not going to want to pay the gas fees to move money anonymously to a family member. Because, I mean, come on, what's the big deal, okay? So that is where, the use case, right, of everyone using the Bitcoin and Ethereum, you're right, it is starting to squeeze out smaller people. Now, I'm going to touch on something, all right? And this is going to touch into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all that stuff. Litemint and NFTs. I've got NFTs on the channel. They're on the page. They're linked in videos. Not a big deal. That's not what I wanted to talk about, okay? But one of the things, if you log into Litemint, okay, one of the first things they say on their website, I'm logged in now, but if you log in as a guest, one of the first things they say is like something along the lines of like paying high gas fees is robbery, something like that, okay? But it's the concept that we're even seeing these NFTs on Ethereum, right? The Ethereum-based NFTs going for ridiculous amounts, and there's no real value to it. I mean, and I'm not knocking NFTs because I love NFTs, but like some janky ass thing going for like 15 Ethereum, like come on, that makes zero freaking sense. So what's going to happen is people are going to rotate to more affordable investments and more affordable pathways. All right. And that's why I've been keeping track of this NFT thing with Litemint, because this is another example. Okay. Litemint is super small right now, but Litemint is going to grow as more people and more artists rotate from Ethereum-based minting services to Stellar-based minting services, all right? The same thing, all right? So what Jonathan was talking about in that article, all right, is exactly happening across the whole crypto sphere. Yes, I get it. You want to buy some really shady stuff, you know, on the dark web, you better use Bitcoin, all right? But dude, if I want to send money to my wife, I'm just going to use a standard wallet and send it to her and have it get to her instantly. So just kind of food for thought for everyone out there. And that's why I believe NFTs are big too, because that's also going to show us as the market starts rotating from Ethereum-based usage to Stellar-based minting usage. And I have updated the chart. And before I do that, do you want to do another drink?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Want to do some Southern Comfort or?
No.
No, all right. All right, so while Amy is being awesome getting us another drink, I have updated the new asset holders, okay? I have those two charts right here. So our new updated time period for November, December for new asset holders is 338,000. I have broken that down into this chart here to show you this blue line. This is updated. Everything you're seeing right now, okay? Right now, this is all updated information. I broke it down. Right now, we're on pace to get 645,000 asset holders in this time period. That would make this the second highest new asset holder time period in Stellar's books, if they can keep on this pace. All right, that's the big thing. We have to see what happens during the holidays. Let's see. We've got Pete chiming in, changing from lithium to hydrogen cell for Tesla. I'm investing in companies that are involved with hydrogen. Well said, Pete, man. Well said. Hydrogen, yeah, hydrogen, it's out there, right? They use actually hydrogen a lot at a lot of the airports. It's out there. It's just now for, that's on a commercial side, and fleet vehicles I've seen a lot of hydrogen. They need to get that technology adapted more, though, for personal use. But again, the infrastructure just isn't there yet for that. Pete says 100,000 transactions costs about $3. Pete, there was an article that I did on the channel a few weeks ago. I believe it was a few weeks ago, and it was talking exactly about that. How, holy crap, it is. We're
gonna do a little mix.
Maybe rinse them so we don't get sick, unless you want to have peppermint with your stuff.
Yes. Where's yours at?
That was mine. That's yours. But yeah, so what we're talking about with the Jesus criminy. Yeah, I did not want to mix that. Sorry, guys. She just wanted to try to mix several different shots in a already used glass that would have curdled and gotten us both sick on cam. So I'm glad I saved us. But yeah, so Pete, that article was a couple weeks ago, and it was basically talking about the use case of Stellar as a tool, right? As a tool to move money, and they said it is essentially free. All right. I mean, seriously, for fractions of a penny, it is essentially free, and it's secure, and it's fast. All right. When I'm doing my transactions on Litemint, they are happening quickly. I mean, super, super quickly. I mean, holy crap, are they happening quick? I can literally go on here. I can place a price on something, and boom, be done, and that is it. It is super, super fast to use. But let's get back to that new asset holder tab. Okay, so 645,000 is going to put us right above here, so you can see it's going to beat the second best time period that happened just 2 years ago. And if you guys got any questions, please feel free. Hit me up in the comments. If you guys are hanging out, drinking with us, doing whatever, let us know what you're drinking in the comments. We're talking all things Stellar. We're talking NFTs.
So what I want you to do is do half and half.
Okay.
Like in one shot.
Oh, okay. I can do that. You want me to pour yours equally or not equally?
That's whatever.
Get you drunk tonight?
No. So.
Yeah, half and half.
No, that's gonna be one
big shot. Yeah, exactly. This isn't Weenie Hut Juniors. This is the big kid league.
Split it up so we.
Sorry about that. My wife is trying to be a Weenie Hut Junior here.
Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to do that in one shot.
Why not? I could do it in one shot. You could do it in one shot. All right, sorry. We are doing shots here. Here you go, sweetie.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so everyone, real quick, have a drink, and then, like I said, if you got questions, comments, put it in there. We'll get to them. This is basically a Fireball rum chata mix. What is it like?
It's like Big Red gum.
Yeah, Big Red
Have
gum.
you ever had like Big Red gum or like Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Tasty. And Maparta says, drinking some good IPA after sober November. Oh, good for you, Maparta. Sober November. Yeah, usually you do rock the sober October, but yeah, dude, if you wanted to go sober November because you had a little rough October, good for you, man. And Pete chiming in, cheers. Yes, cheers to you, Pete. So, yep, that's what we're talking about right now. We're talking about asset holders. The news was stellar. One of the other things that jumped out too, and I wanted to share this with you guys, and it's a visual, all right? I'm big into visuals. Ooh, Jimbo, sipping down on some Irish whiskey. Good for you, man. I like that. Good for you. Ooh, yeah, some Cutty Sark, man. So let's talk about visuals, all right? And I always go into visuals because it's important to see how things look. And things can hit you in different ways, all right? And what I mean by that is I want you to look at these two charts. These two charts are the exact same data. They're just represented in visual ways. I love this one on the left. I love this one on the left. Most people like this one on the right. I like this one on the left. So visuals. I like to try to find different visuals that hit people differently. So what I did was I brought up a 6-month chart when I just went on the basic Yahoo page. And I didn't do anything. I didn't like tinker with it. I just left it at this. And look at this narrow range that's been traded here in this last 6 months, right? I mean, we've seen a couple lows, right, where we dropped into the 20 cents just a couple times. You know, a couple highs here in like the mid 40s again, you know, 42, 42. We've seen that right now. Look at this, though. This is a really tight, long-term consolidation. When you think of it, right, the movements, the oscillations have gotten much, much narrower. And here's what I'm talking about, okay? The overall volatility. So now let's blow this out to a year. Look at the volatility early in the year, and I'll kind of shrink it back, okay? Look at these runs that they had, right? Up God knows how many percent, right? Cut 50, God knows how many percent, cut 50. You guys get the pattern. Now look at this phase that we're in here. This is a very different, this is normal. This to me looks way more normal than this right here. This right here looks very unsustainable, all right? This is not sustainable price growth. This is not right here. This makes zero technical sense whatsoever. When I start seeing this, I like this because check this out. Your double bottom low that was created in June and July, we have been raising the floor each time with these double bottoms. Check it out. Here's your double bottom that hit right here. The next one that hit 2 months later, the floor was higher. The floor was higher by 25%, somewhere around there. And then, so now look at this, the double bottom here at that 25 cent mark. And we've had, right? I mean, it's repeating itself. So that double bottom pattern that we're seeing, this is more what I like seeing. So in terms of volatility, this is kind of crazy. This is crypto, oh crap, everyone's going nuts, money's being thrown around. This is people starting to really look at investments and look at values a little bit more in terms of the valuation sense here.
Pete says XLM.
A little louder.
Pete says XLM and XRP I feel are connected in some way. I think the SEC finally give us their rule. When the SEC finally give us their ruling, January 14th, wink wink, they will both go parabolic.
And you know, that could be, right? There was a comment that came out earlier was, so what happens with the XRP lawsuit to XLM? And let's talk about that. If you guys don't mind, let's talk about what could happen with XLM and XRP with the lawsuit. And let's do this. Let's just put those two just up on the screen so people know what the F word I'm talking about. We're going to put that on here. We're going to have two different colors. XRP will be in blue and Stellar will be in purple. All right, so here we go. 6 months. Let's talk XRP lawsuit. Let's just say XRP loses or has a negative aspect. I don't want to say loses, but has a negative aspect to it, okay? Will that pull Stellar down with it? Or will the market recognize Stellar as a different complete entity, a different complete use case, a different complete situation than XRP? And will that then allow XLM to differentiate itself? I ask that because when you look at the chart on the screen right now, when you look at these dips, these patterns are very, very similar. They're very, very similar. There are some accentuations that are magnified on both the top and bottom end of it. but they're very similar. So if some negative thing happens to XRP out of the lawsuit, will it drag XLM down with it? Or is the market savvy enough, right? Are the investors out there? Because remember, a lot of people still think XRP and XLM are the same thing. They do. A lot of people still think it. I get comments like this on the channel non-stop. Oh, XRP, XLM, they're the same thing. Well, one's this and one's this. One's for business to business, one's for people. No, like those rules are gone, all right? Those preconceived notions, they are gone. They weren't true to begin with, and they are gone now anyways. So when I look at this, I kind of wonder what is going to happen, right? Are we at the point right now where the marketing and the overall knowledge base of this crypto sphere that we're all living in, because remember, this is early and this is new, okay? I have to keep reminding everyone. Is the market mature enough? And are the investors out there well-informed enough and mature enough and informed? I mean, honestly, genuinely informed enough between the two so that if something bad were to happen to XRP, XLM would be good. Now, on a technical standpoint, a legal technical standpoint, what happens to XRP does not matter at all to XLM. It does not matter whatsoever, not even a question. It's like try charging me for a crime that my wife did when she didn't know me 5 years ago, or 5 years before we met, because you knew me 5 years ago. So yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's two totally different things. Now, let's say XRP wins, and I hate the word win, has a positive outcome, because with lawsuits it's very hard, right? There's usually negative and negative. But let's say XRP does good with this and they come out on the positive end. In my opinion, I don't think that could be any more bullish for. That would be huge for Stellar, because then all the people that were misinformed, thinking that the two are the same, they're going to be sitting here going, "Well, wait a minute, we're in the clear. Let's just start throwing our money in there." So I'm very curious about this. This has really got me going. So this upcoming year, all right? So we're talking about Maxine Waters, and you guys, seriously, y'all can give Maxine Waters the year #1 in the comments. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I don't mind, you guys. We've got the Maxine Waters thing happening early December. We've got the XRP discovery is January 14th, 18th, somewhere around there. We've got Fireblocks, who we just launched the story on the channel just a few days ago. Fireblocks now said, hey, more stuff to come in 2022, and that's crazy. For me, that's crazy. That tells me that they have been working on this for a long time. You just cannot launch a project like this scope and this scale this fast, especially with the legal ramifications. They take time. So for them to say, hey, we've got more coming, that means they have already been ramping this up. And now, mind you, this is the #1 crypto and digital asset platform for institutions. That's XRP's. That's their backyard. Stellar is. They are in XRP's backyard, saying, "I will take this customer. I will take this one. I will take MoneyGram from you," because we heard that juicy bit, right? We did. We heard that Stellar was talking to MoneyGram for, what was it, guys? 4 years. They were still doing work with XRP at that time. So let's steal from MoneyGram. Let's steal Fireblocks from an XRP. It's out there. It is out there, all right? So those are the two case scenarios that I look at, all right? I look at a positive outcome for XRP and a negative outcome for XRP. My only risk factor is that you would have a low volume fear panic selling. If XRP, something bad were to happen to XRP, you would have a low volume, and I'm being honest about this, a low volume fear sell-off that you would see the biggest rebound from the institutional side of things you would ever see in this near-term history, right? Because the people out there that are in the know, we know, hey, the two have nothing to do with each other, all right? We know long XLM, we are G to G, right? Those big institutions, these big, the people with the big money, they have these resources. So if they see a buying opportunity, a real quick market overreaction, you could see a real nasty low hit quick on a low volume move, but you could see a massive high volume price drive going north if they all jump in at that price point. So that is something on a short-term technical basis, okay? For you technical traders out there, for you people that are looking for entry points and to really knock it out the park, look around that XRP discovery window time frame to see how is the market reacting. If some little, tidbit of news comes out bad about XRP, Does it pull the whole market with them? Are we at that point, right? Is XRP going to pull Bitcoin down too at that time, right? Is it that strong of an indicator to the market? These are things that all of us have to look at, and we have to pay attention to how the market reacts to this news. That's why on this channel, it is not just about charting. It's about the news, because the news also tells us the story behind it and the whys and the hows. And if you can understand the whys and the hows, you can then understand people's emotional reaction to those whys and hows. How was that? That was
good.
I think that was like one long breath. Let me just get a quick swig here for sure. Jeez.
While you're taking a swig, Mapartis says, interesting point. I think XRP is going to fail. It's never the most obvious coin that pumps the most. Look at Doge. XLM might just be the chosen one. Jonathan Garcia agrees. Mapartis does say will not fail, but you get his point. And I think a lot of people agree with that as well. Jonathan also says XLM moves in silence, and Pete agrees with that.
Yeah, so I do. I think we have a lot of people watching here that are thinking exactly the same thing. We're watching this XRP thing to see what happens. You guys got it going on, man. You guys definitely got it going on, because you're starting to read between the lines, and that's what I love about the fans of this channel. We're into crypto, and we're into crypto for the right reasons, all right? You can be into crypto for a bunch of different... We're in it for the right reasons, all right? And there's a lot of money to be made. And Drab, Recon, what's up? Hello to you, too. And Maparta says institutions are sneaky, right? They're in silence when there isn't a lot of volume on long term. Accumulation phases usually look flat on the charts. And Maparta, that's what I was talking about. And I didn't want to get technical on the charts, all right? I had mentioned that earlier. I didn't want to get too crazy on it. But when I look at a 6 month, all right, when I look at this here, right, and I just kind of cut this screen right here in half. If I look at this half to my left, I go, what the F word is happening? If I look at this part over here, I'm like, this makes sense. I get this. This is people trading the way that I think we're used to seeing. It's happening. You can tell. And this big wall, okay, that you saw from this February to June in terms of volume, all right, look at this. This is just not much moving it, but people are starting to build and they're starting to hold. In fact, for all you OG fans out there, I got one for you. When we first started covering Stellar on this channel in January, I think it was, it's almost been that long. That is crazy.
Yeah, we're working on a year.
Yeah, working on a year. When we started covering Stellar, it was back in January, all right? When we were looking at it, the volume, the hysteria, it was at all-time crazy highs, right? People did not know which way was left or right, up or down. That's just how it goes. Now things seem a bit more organized. Things seem a bit more informed, all right? The group, the sphere of people, the people that are into crypto, the people that are into trading, the knowledge base is growing. So as this knowledge base is growing, you can see even these volatility spikes here aren't worrying us. So for you new people out there, right, the new people that I got on the channel, I kid you not, when the OG fans are out there and you guys are like, oh man, we're down 20%, oh, we're down 25%, we're all laughing. Because when we were dancing, you know, with the devil back in the day, we were like, hey, we're up like 6x one day and we're down 50% in the next hour. I mean, that's the life we lived. I specifically remember right around Valentine's Day, the market just the floor fell. I think that's this one right here. Yeah, it's this one right here. It was right around Valentine's Day. The market just, that was it. That's what we're used to, okay? So the volatility that we have seen before is nowhere. It's not now. You're seeing a very different volatility right now.
Mapartis says, buying XRP seems almost too obvious. It's kind of shady. YouTube also suggested me XRP videos for over a year. I am prudent when there's too much hype on a coin usually. No one talks about XLM, almost like all news are suppressed from the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, and you know, Mapartis, you're right. You are right there. I don't know why. Like, obviously, I'm an XLM fan. But yeah, you will see these videos being suggested and you're like, well, hey, wait a minute. I think we all get like the same Mr. Beast suggestion, right? I mean, we all get to see the same Mr. Beast Squid Game video suggestion. I don't know how many different times I've seen that damn thing suggested. It's true. There's money behind the scenes and there's money that moves all of this, all right? Let's see. Drab says, I heard people talk about coin burn. Would that benefit us? It would. I mean, oh my God, if Stellar wanted to burn some coins, that would totally benefit us. When you burn a coin, all right, when you torch it, you burn it. Same thing with an NFT. When I burn my file, I am deleting it. It is gone. You are reducing supply, okay? So when it comes to like price over units, you're reducing the denominator to make the top number, your numerator, stronger, all right? Yeah, right? If I've got $10 and I divide it to 10 of my friends, each friend only gets $1. But if I have $10 and I divide it to 2 of my friends, each friend gets $5. That's the idea of coin burn, all right? So if you burn more of the supply, that has this squeeze power that happens to the rest of the native tokens out there. So Drab, I don't know if that's the question that you were asking, but yeah, that is what happens with coin burn. Any coin burn is a good thing. All right, it is good because it just reduces supply. I want you to think of coin burn. It's not the same, all right? So if you guys want to roast me on this, you're welcome to do it. I want you to think of coin burn almost like think of the same effect as like a stock buyback, except with a stock buyback, they can kind of always have the shares available again. With a coin burn, it's gone. Like it is gone. It is digitally gone. So yes, coin burn would benefit all of us. And Simon chimes in, they burnt 50 billion recently. Yes, they did. They had 100 billion. And Simon, to find that, and I'm sure you know where that is, but I'm going to show everyone real quick here. When you look at the stats on the ledger, you can see it in here. And let me go to, I got to get to the right one. You want to look at total supply and you want to look at XLM in circulation. They burned 50 billion very, very early on. And for them, that was their way of saying that they were serious about their movement. All right. Serious about their movement. Okay. Could you guys imagine what the price would be like if they didn't burn that 50 billion? That'd be crazy. We would be all crying right now, I think. But no, actually we wouldn't, because we probably wouldn't have got into it at the same way. But yeah, no, that's what it is. So yes, they did. They burnt 50 billion coins a few years ago to show their seriousness, because they did not want to flood the market with something that would be worthless, all right? They wanted there to be some sustenance to it, because again, think of inflation, all right? When a loaf of bread costs you 10,000 of whatever the heck your currency is, inflation's bad. Same thing, right? If you have tons of coin supply and you burn half, you're getting rid of inflation. It's kind of a cool mechanism to do it on the tokenomics part of it. This is a little bit different than regular finance economics. This is a tokenomics part. The burn is good. So Drab, glad that answered your question. Anyone else got anything they want to go over with? Again, if you want to support the channel, feel free, go on the community tab of the channel, go onto Litemint, put an offer in on any of the NFTs. Again, the NFTs, we're going to launch some cool NFTs here soon.
Really? Sorry.
No.
I didn't thought you were done.
Oh, yeah, we are. We're going to launch some real cool NFTs soon. The site for the NFTs, it's on the videos. You'll see it in the description. Like, so if you look at Yoshi, who's on his ZX7R, look on there, you'll see Stellar NFTs for sale. Family Hobbies and Cards. So it's FH and C, Family Hobbies and Cards, Litemint store. Yep, that's what we got. Let's see. Pete says, are there rules on burning? Yeah, for Stellar, there has to be a protocol vote regarding that. You can't just burn it for, the overall hell and fun of it. That just does not work. But you can vote on it. There are rules and there are different effects. So each coin has different rules. And it's written into their code. Some of them they burn. Some of them are locked in a pool that's inaccessible unless there's a protocol vote. So there's different versions of burn, but true burn is completely inaccessible. It is gone. It is physically gone. The wallet address has been lost. You cannot get to it. So give me a second here. I just wanted to go to the main screen so I don't mess anything up here.
Do you know what date exactly did they do the burn?
Oh boy, what date? I bet you I would. Let me see if I can figure it out. I'm trying to think of where did I see that on. If I go, give me a second, guys. I bet you I can find the date for you. Or I bet you someone in the audience will find it faster. But if you go to Stellar's main page, stellar.org, and you scroll down, give me a second here. If you go to dashboard, and I'm doing this off of memory, guys, so you're kind of going to catch me here. Lumen supply metrics. there we go. All right. That is what I got for you information-wise. Let's see. This talks about network inflation. So, Simon, we had talked earlier about network inflation. It is under stellar.org. If you go to Lumen Supply, you can see about the inflationary lumens record, burned lumens. All right. All right. Who gets props, right? I think I get props, all right? This is pretty cool. Who want to know the exact date? On November 4th, 2019, SDF reduced its Lumen holdings to better reflect its mission and the growth of the Stellar ecosystem. To do so, the foundation sent 55,442,000,000 blah 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 lumens to Gala burned done. So the actual date that it was burned on was November 4th of 2019. If you're looking on where to find this information, because I know I did this really fast because I do this in my sleep now, go to stellar.org. All right, you're going to start up on the top of the page. Go to stellar.org, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you're going to see a thing that says Dashboard and Ledger Explorer. You click on Dashboard. That's going to bring you to this page right here. All right, it's stellar.org dashboard. And this is really cool. This tells you about different protocol events and so forth. But the part that I was looking about regarding token supply and Lumen supply metrics, if you go down about 2/3 of the page in the middle, you're going to see a Lumen supply 25.62 billion. There is a blue hypertext called Lumen supply metrics. If you click on that, that will take you to here where they talk about Lumen supply metrics and their definition of original supply, burn lumens, total supply, and fee pool. So again, Simon, we did talk about fee pools earlier. This also gives the actual transaction fees. They're 1/100th of a lumen. So we were talking about streams and so forth. So it's pretty funny, right? We're living this 24/7. But yeah, so really cool stuff. If you guys want to get into that Lumen supply stuff, it's there for you.
We're here. So Rana Royal says SDF burning coins would not be digitally gone. They have a wallet that's called a burn wallet, and that's where burnt coins go. No one has seed or can use them.
And that's what I was talking about. There's different versions of burn, okay? Because that burn wallet, though, they don't know where the address is. So they physically couldn't get it back. They would be like, well, how do I get this now? They don't have that info. That is gone. Like, it's gone, but it's not gone. That's why it's pulled from their circulating supply. So when you look at their metrics on the previous page, all right, total supply, that's after that burn, right? After that 55 billion, blah, 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 burn, okay? That's what that is from, all right? Now, that being said, okay, the fee pool is different. The fee pool is in a wallet that can be opened up during time. That fee pool at the current moment is, and let's see how good I am at finding that. The fee pool right now, hold on, go to overall XLM in circulation. Fee pool is going to be locked in the left-hand side. They have 2 million lumens right now locked in their fee pool. And that's different. That fee pool is different. That's their transactional fee pool, which can be unlocked during a protocol vote. That is going to happen over time as that pool grows, as more lumens, or 1/100,000th of a lumen is used per transaction. Ooh, man, this is juicy stuff, man. Juicy deets right here, huh?
And
God.
Then, so while you're doing that, you could think about this. Do you think they would ever do another coin burn? And that's from Drab.
Ooh, that's a good question. Would Stellar ever do another coin burn? Here's the problem. If Stellar, okay, Stellar has money, and you guys are welcome to go through all this. You can actually go through it. You see on the screen right now where it says like January 2021 escrow 22, blah blah blah, all that stuff. These are all their different pools where the money is at, okay? And like I said, you could go on this page. It's all open source. You can go through it. You can check their math. It's pretty cool. But would they burn it? The problem is Stellar uses these lumens that are in their accounts, all right? They use these lumens, all right, for projects. Each project has a different fund pool, okay? Whether it's their enterprise fund, whether it's their community fund, they even have an, it's not an emergency fund, but they have a quick use authorization lending partner fund, where if a lending partner or a payment corridor partner wants to set up a project, Stellar has money instantly ready to go, okay? So there's a whole bunch of different fees and pools. And so when you look at it, would they burn it? The problem is they pay for their programs, they pay for these partnerships, they pay for all these grants and all this through their holdings, So for them to burn it, they would be burning their money that they would be investing in the ecosystem that is going to help us out later. And I think that's what a lot of people are kind of misconstruing right now. What's neat about that is when I start looking at it and when I start looking at the numbers of it, the more that Stellar invests, the better it is. And I know what you guys are saying. You're like, no, but that's just putting coins in circulation. They're taking it out of their holdings and they're dumping it. Yeah, because they're building projects that are going to help us grow later. All right. They're investing. They're taking their capital and they're investing it in a future ecosystem growth. Rano Royal says, if you look up the SDF address, it shows exactly what the wallet you use for. Yeah, exactly. That roadmap, I went over the 2021 roadmap and the 2022 roadmap. All the stuff, you guys, is in these pages. And now that I have like a million things up on my screen, seriously, if you guys go to stellar.org and if you tinker around on the bottom part of the page, all right, the top is, kind of like their, what the heck is Stellar used for? Like, we get it. But if you go to the bottom here, all right, and you go to like the tools, the exchanges, the wallets, this is where a lot of the juice is, all right? This is where a lot of the stuff is, and it's all open. This is all open for anyone to look at. So Rano is right. Like, we can all go in there. We can all check the math. We can all check all of that stuff. So it's out there, all right? It is definitely out there. And Jonathan Garcia says, here's the CoinDesk article. Jonathan, I don't know if it's not allowing you to post links. If it's not, because we don't see a link right now on our chat. If you've got that article, man, and it's kind of jacking you up and it's not letting you post it, like, because I don't know if you could post links on the chats, email it to me, all right? And if you're wondering where my email is, it is in, where the heck is my darn email? My email is actually on the community page. Where is that? My email is on the community page. If you go to the main page and you go to contact, you'll see my information there. So if you don't see that link up on the screen, if you could please email me that article link, I would love to see it. It's familyhobbiesandcards@gmail.com. It is a plural S. All right, family hobbies and cards. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Pete, is that it wasn't let you. So yeah, Jonathan, please do me a favor, man. Email me that article at familyhobbiesandcards@gmail.com. If you don't know, sorry, my throat's getting a little raspy. If you don't know where to find it, go on my main page and you will find my email address on, it's in the contact information. You cannot miss it, all right? Let's see. Rano says, if any coins are going to be burnt again, they would have a wallet for it clear and transparent. Yes, they would. And think about it. Because this is decentralized finance, we have to vote on it. Like, we got to vote on it. All right. Like, see what I mean? Like, so yeah, Rano's right. The cool thing with Stellar is if you pay attention to the votes, if you pay attention to the protocol notes and the protocol news, you know what's coming up. You know what's coming up in the pipe. And yes, thank you, Jonathan, for sending me that article. I got a few things I got to read tomorrow and catch up on stuff. I love this kind of stuff. So yes, thank you for sending me the article. That is really, really cool. But yeah, they have to be open about it because this is decentralized finance. This is a very, very different game. All right, so Drab says, on the Stellar Expert, what's up with the number of accounts versus daily active accounts? Yes, that is some of the things that I have been looking at as well, okay? And the reason I'm looking at them, sorry, I'm just going to try to clean up some of these things here because you guys are looking at a whole bunch of crap. When the daily accounts, right, that's the usage on a daily basis, yeah, we're seeing people open assets or account assets, which puts a actual mechanical squeeze on the available usage because remember there's always like those fractional amounts that are left over in these accounts. You add that up over a multiplication factor of whatever the hell we're at right now, 6.1 million accounts. Yep, that adds up. But you're talking about active accounts, and you're right. Active accounts aren't there either. The active accounts we're gonna see. Give me a second. I will let you know, Jonathan. Go real quick here. Yep, I got it, dude. I got it. Thank you very, very much. But yeah, when you start looking at the information, when you start looking at the data, okay, regarding the active accounts, that is where I think you're going to see more MoneyGram stuff, right? MoneyGram is going to bring those active accounts because those are people that use it, okay? How many of you out there watching right now use the Stellar network or the Stellar ecosystem for anything? I mean, seriously, comment, let me know. Let me know in the chats right now, what do you use Stellar for? Do you just invest? Do you invest through Coinbase? Do you invest through, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you use Stellar for? Do you use Stellar as a payment corridor? Do you use Stellar for NFTs, for the blockchain technology? Let me know what you use Stellar for, because that's part of, I think, what people have to start getting into as well, is there's many different ways to use Stellar. There's many different ways to use the technology. And Jonathan, thank you again. That was, thank you for sending the article. I will gladly read it tomorrow. And just to give everyone a heads up, we're going to be cutting the live stream at 8:15 Eastern Standard Time tonight, so I can hang out with the special person in the room right behind my wife, laying on the floor, my dog Kenobi. No, I'm kidding.
He's a sweet boy.
Yeah, I know, he is. But no, I wanted to make sure I hung out with my wife. So yeah, we'll go to 8:15 tonight. So if you got questions, you got comments, now's your time to do it. You've got 14 minutes to ask whatever the heck you want, and we will go over it. But the big thing I'm going after, and I'm kind of, I'm going to try to see if I can figure this out, if I can get a little surprise going. But the big things that we have touched on tonight are, all right, Waters announces cryptocurrency CEOs. Stellar is one of them. That's huge, right? The dialogue is being opened at DC, which I think I'm going to next week. Just throwing it out there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so I might broadcast from DC next week.
Look at you.
I know. I should probably start telling everyone what I'm doing as I gallivant around the world doing whatever I want.
Especially your wife.
Yeah, I know. I should probably tell you too, right? Oops. And the other thing we've been talking about is Stellar now with Fireblocks, right? And you're like, well, wait a minute. Who's Fireblocks? The #1 crypto and digital asset platform for institutions. Stellar moving into the institutional side of things. This is a whole different... When we started 2021... And when we looked at the roadmap of 2021, we are way past that. They actually achieved all their 2021 roadmap goals. All right. So for people that are building glide paths, roadmaps, and so forth, right? These are Lean Six Sigma things. I'm telling you, this is all Lean Six Sigma stuff. All right, guys. This stuff here, right? So their roadmap, they did it early. They got it done in November. And now they went ahead of their roadmap. And now they're talking about institutional money. They already made the moves in 2021 for things that are on their 2022 to-do list. That is a company I can get behind, because they are moving. They are moving. They are setting up dates. They're setting up timetables, and they're knocking stuff out. This is massive. And Pete, you're right. This is huge news, because this is a whole different pool. And if Ripple, and this is what makes me wonder, okay? This makes me wonder if the reason Fireblocks went with XLM is because of the SEC lawsuit. All right? And not only the SEC lawsuit, but remember, the big feather in the cap of Stellar is USDC. All right? Stellar can walk anywhere and say, hey, we have USDC on our chain. What do you have? USDC, the fastest growing crypto out there in holdings. Charted. It is the fastest one out there by the craziest margin. More people are converting into USDC than anything else out there. And the pool is just growing. So you have a two-tiered effect. SEC regulation, right, with XRP. And you also have here that Stellar has USDC on the chain. They're able to now attract these big institutions. This is big money. This is big money, and this is a game changer, because now what I really want to know is, did Stellar reach out to Fireblocks, or did Fireblocks reach out to Stellar? If Stellar reached out to Fireblocks, I got to give Stellar props, because you guys are going for it. Right? That is making money moves, as my son likes to say.
Money moves.
Making money moves, man. Now, if Fireblocks reached out to Stellar, I'm sitting here going, holy crap. Then that tells me how strong the opinion is of Stellar in the marketplace. Right? I mean, for Fireblocks to say, hey, XRP, we know you're the B2B platform. We know you're the big institutional level big hoon. No. Dude, no. They went and they chose Stellar. They chose someone outside of that space, right? They chose them. So very interesting to see how this is all starting to pull together. And that's why I'm a big, long holder, because I know if I just keep accumulating and building now, I'm just making time. I just have to make time till I get there. And hey, it's cool to go. Pete chimes in, big news. Yep, you're right. This is big news. And when news gets out and when people actually understand the difference between XRP and XLM, that's when the real big stuff happens. Pete also says, once again, I'm glad I found your channel. Pete, I'm glad I have you as a viewer. I'm glad. I love these active conversations in the chats. When I did the first few live streams, it was a little hard. It was a little crickets. And that's my fault, right, guys? That's never your fault. That's always my fault. But now these live streams are so much better because you guys are kicking so much more ass. So, I mean, don't be glad that you found my channel. No, I'm glad that I have got you guys as viewers. I am super glad because, like, you guys are helping me, like, do fun things and just enjoy all this stuff. And you guys are giving me a reason. I don't want to say to get out of bed because that sounds like really sad. But no, you guys are giving me a reason to keep pushing every day with the news, keep pushing on top of the stuff, and keep getting and keeping the news out there. So yeah, if you guys got questions, comments, anything like that, hit us up in the chats. If you guys want to support the channel, we have merch. I know I haven't brought it up all day because I brought it up in the videos.
I was waiting.
I know.
Waiting for the magnets.
We have merch. We have fridge magnets. Yep, totally cool. I've sent out already a few of them. We also have NFTs available. Go to Litemint. Stellar Fan is what I have. It's FH&C, Family, Hobbies, and Cards. There you go, cards. Totally cool stuff, right? So if you guys want to support the channel, we have plenty of different ways to do it. And if you want to support the channel by just dropping comments, thank yous, and thumbs up, yeah, that's totally cool too. This is awesome. This is what it's supposed to be. This is the fun that we are having. Let's see. Jonathan Garcia says, I shared your NFT video in Doge Lumens. Well, thank you, Jonathan. I totally appreciate that, man. That's really, really nice of you. I really liked it. And guys, seriously, the prices that are listed on the NFTs, just make an offer. All right. I just threw numbers on there just to throw numbers on there. Just make an offer. It's not about making the money. It's just about how can I say thank you to you guys and you guys say thank you to me. But at the same time, like, how can we share things on the Stellar Network? Let's see. So Pete says, you've confirmed so much for me. Thank you. Pete, you are welcome. You are seriously welcome. And Pete, thank you for being an active member. Seriously, the thanks is more on my end. I know you guys are thanking me. No, trust me. I thank you guys. And
yes,
like,
I thank you.
Yeah, my wife does too.
I get to hang out every once in a while and listen in and learn and get to kind of know everyone because I've seen a lot of repeat people.
Yeah.
When I come in.
Right,
so
and it's fun, isn't
really
it?
Cool.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun. All right, so let's get caught up here because we're going to be ending here pretty soon. Let's see. Pete says, I will be buying some. Well, thank you, Pete. Again, man, you don't have to pay full boat. Just make an offer, and I'm cool with that. It's not about the money. It's just about sharing that experience. Jonathan, Diamond Hands, you better believe it. Diamond Hands and Brass. Yep, I don't want to say it just in case. Pete says, get something for my girlfriend for Christmas. I will not be getting my wife an NFT for Christmas because she will kill me probably on stream. For those of you that don't know, my wife is not an NFT fan. She's not an NFT fan, so we'll just throw it out there. Mapartis saying, gotta go, but thanks for the stream. I'll watch the rest tomorrow. Mapartis, don't worry, man. You made it pretty much to the end. I'm going to be signing off here just in a couple minutes anyways at 8:15. No worries. Simon, later. Yep, I'll catch you later, Simon. If you need anything, man, just hit me up. You know where to find me. You got Pete's laughing. You got Jonathan. Have a great night. I wish my wife would listen too.
Oh, I don't listen.
Oh yeah, my wife does listen. She just doesn't, like the NFTs. We got Miss V Rose says you need a new wife. No, I need my wife to like NFTs. I don't need a new wife. I need my wife to be an NFT fan. What do you say for NFTs? NFT stands for not in there. I mean, so that's what my wife thinks NFTs stand for. I tried to tell her it's non-fungible token, and she's like, "What the hell are you talking about, dude?" And I'm actually going to do a video out. We got Drab saying, "Peace out, everyone." You know what, guys? We're coffee is for closets. You know what? Let's do that, guys. While we're all sitting here, while we're all having fun, all right, let's just do one more cheers and we'll sign out. So everyone out there, if you got a drink, this is the time to cheers. This has been a great stream, everyone. Again, I have loved it so much. So, guys, Klaus, Family, Hobbies, and Cards, thank you so much for watching the live stream. Thank you so much for participating. And, guys, this has been a lot of fun. So,